signs that you're not being challenged by your relationship and what to do about it. So in today's podcast, Cece and I, we're going to talk about some of the clues you can look for to determine if you're not being challenged. And if you realize you're not, we'll share some of the things you can do about it. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I'm joined by my husband.
Hey everybody, this is Will, and welcome back to another episode. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. And if this is your first time, please remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new videos. Mm-hmm. This is a weekly podcast, and in this podcast, we talk about... What do we talk about? Love and relationship, and that's it. And her
so
blissful
blah
moment.
And dry.
Well,
come on, you gotta put love. You gotta put love into it, right? Love, family, life, relationships.
Love and relationship.
Okay, baby. He is such a dry man, y'all. He is so dry. But anyways. Yeah, so guys, welcome back. Glad to have you back. As you guys know, before we get into today's topic, we like to go into our blissful moment.
She's going into our blissful moments.
We're going to go into our blissful moment.
What's your blissful moment?
My blissful moment is, my daughter's birthday is next week. I'm super excited.
It's going to be an exhausting.
It's going to be a very busy weekend. She's turning 11. And I'm super excited. You know, she wants to have her own little party. Mm-hmm. Not a house party, y'all, which is good.
I can't do house parties anymore.
We haven't had one in a long time.
Too much work.
Last time we had one was when she was 7.
I think.
When she was 7. Her sister was 4. So then we had one party. Mm-hmm. That's how it's been.
Yeah. It took a whole weekend. And it took another 3 to 4 days just to take down all the decorations and all the stuff she had me do.
That you did for your daughter. She
had me do.
No, that you did for your daughter. And here's the thing about it. Having party at the house is cool and fun and everything. You bring the family over, y'all eat. But it's a lot of work. My mom is retired from having house parties. Yeah. She retired. She told me that. She's like, I'm not cooking. I'm not doing anything. So don't even think about calling me. I know your mom is like, that's different. We bringing something.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm looking forward to that. And on top of that, we have a party on that same weekend. 2 parties.
Yes, we have 2 parties. One is a 70th birthday party.
I don't know. And one is my cousin's baby shower.
Yeah.
I'm going to when he's going to go to what?
And we could do that.
And then we just meet up afterwards.
Yeah, we meet back up at the house.
Yeah, you want to do that? I'm okay down. I'm down with that.
We do that. Mine is going to be more fun than yours.
I know about that. Think about a 70-year-old birthday party and a baby shower with food and people your age
Listen, you
dancing.
go to baby shower, you watch people just drink out of baby bottles.
Well, then you give it's a lot more fun, I'm just saying, than sit around and just...
You go to a 70th birthday party, there's a dance floor. You can dance. Well, there should be a dance floor.
There should be, but who's going to dance? They're not dancing people.
Oh, I'm a dancing person. So
and I'm not going to be the only one on the dance floor. I'm letting you know right now. Because if I'm going to be on a dance floor, there needs to be a full of people dancing on the dance floor. Because I'm not going to a party where I'm like the only one dancing. What am I? Like the performance? Like, am I going to performing or something?
Yeah, you're the dancing lady.
No, I'm not. So therefore, I feel like there's a good chance women I go to that party.
Anyway.
I'm just saying. And on top of that, the week after is like Thanksgiving already. And I'm like, wait a minute. The month just started. And all of a sudden
we're busy people. There's tons of stuff that we're doing. And there's places we have to be, people we have to see, parties we have to go to, kids we have to celebrate birthday for.
Yes. And that's next month. We have 2 birthdays. My daughter, the baby, and my birthday. And
Your birthday is being skipped this year.
I don't know about that. So.
But yes, I mean, the end of the year always gets like this. We always have things to do. And it's fun.
Busy.
You know, it's tiring, but fun. You know, we do things. And at the end of the year, this is when it's festive. You go to places, you get dressed up. Cece will not get bored because there's always something to do every weekend. I think we may have a wedding the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Yes, so. but on that one, we are working. We will be working on that weekend.
So
I'm just saying.
So there's always things to do, but it's good. Hey, listen, we're fortunate that we're healthy, that we can get around and do things and enjoy ourselves and spend it with family and friends. Yes, I'll take that any day.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's our blissful moment. I'm going on vacation.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes. As of Monday.
Do you have any plan?
On vacation. Got some stuff to do. Yes, I have some stuff to do.
There's whole lot of stuff. This man never takes a vacation where he don't do nothing around the house. You always like, when I take my vacation, I'm going to build this and this and that. And I'm like, babe, do I get a day off out of your vacation?
Well, she'll get a day off out of my vacation.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. It never happened. But anyways, I'm looking forward to you being home. You know, while I go to the office, you can be home with the girls. So they'll be in school. You drop them off and pick them up. There you go.
Pick them up. I'll hang out with them. I'll do the homework with them. They can shower themselves. I feed them. Mm-hmm. They'll make me buy stuff. They have a tendency when I'm there, that's when they're bringing me the tablet and says, buy this. I'm like, I don't want to pay.
Yes, my daughter last Tuesday, because you were home with them, and I had to go to a training, and she was like, Daddy.
She got up early in the morning.
Very early. Like,
brings me the tablet.
Like, there's no school. Where you going? She's like, brought the iPad to her dad. Like, Dad, I want to get this app. And my husband was like, it's a subscription. I'm paying it for it every month. A
subscription for it. You know, this kids gets like this. They see something. They like it. They want it.
Now.
They spent maybe half a week to a week in it. And then they're done.
And so
before you know it, this become one of the subscriptions
that you pay for every month.
That we're not using.
And I told him, listen, let's get it for her. Then when next month come, I'm gonna make sure I cancel it.
So it's on you.
It's on me. It's on me. I'm actually gonna cancel it. It's on me. But anyways, I'm gonna take responsibility of that.
And if she goes a few months and she didn't cancel it, she owes me some money.
She'll owe you some money, not me.
No,
you bill her. That's your daughter.
I told her no, she wasn't getting it.
That's your daughter.
But anyway, that's our blissful moment. Hey, listen, we love our kids.
We do love our daughters.
They can get expensive.
They can get very expensive. Girls are expensive. Yeah. We're diamond. Diamonds are expensive. But anyways, let's get into today's topic.
So the signs that you're not being challenged by your relationship and what to do about it if you realize that you're not. Right?
If you realize
so being in a relationship with someone who pushes you to be the best version of yourself can be the difference between an okay relationship and a phenomenal, amazing
one. Yes, right? I agree.
You know, and the signs you're not being challenged may or may not be easy to pick up, because the truth is that not everyone wants or needs to be in a relationship that pushes them to evolve. You know, there's some people they're okay with the with the
stable minimum, and peaceful.
I want to be comfortable.
Yeah. There's those people who's like comfort.
Don't ask me to do things, or don't push me. Don't recommend that
Don't challenge me.
Don't challenge me to do stuff. I'm okay at the job where I am. I clock in, I clock out, I come home, I watch TV. That's all I want. I want nothing else.
I agree.
So,
and sometimes these kind of people kind of hold you back, right?
Yeah, they do. But someone like this as well, you know, when you encourage them to do better things, to do better for themselves, they can resent you because they don't want to do anything else.
Yes, I feel like, imagine if I was married to one, or if you were married to one, because you and I were
doing
both,
what I'm doing right now.
I definitely agree, because you and I were both very like challenging, and we like to push each other to see where we can, how far we can go in life. And I think it's great. Mm-hmm. The fact that we both have the same, very similar mindset. But I would be like, listen, if we're not doing this I think this is something too that happened when we dating, right? In a dating process.
Mm-hmm.
If you like a challenging person.
Well, yes. I mean,
like if you like in college and you're like, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to finish. Right? Are you a quitter?
No. No. I'm no quitter. I can see things to the end. Although sometimes I start a lot of projects that I jump from one into the other. But I can finish stuff.
But I do help you grow.
Yes.
As a partner, I think it's important to help your partner grow.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You got to look for ways. And if you see something in your partner, bring it up, encourage it. If you don't feel your relationship is moving, if you don't feel like you're being challenged, you're bound to not stay in that relationship.
True.
Yeah, because no, if both of you, that's all you want.
Unless you feel like comfort.
Yeah, if that's what you want.
Yeah, you're comfortable.
You both want to be comfortable. You just want to be where you are.
You just want to go to work, come home, and chill.
Or some people are I just want to be a housewife. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I just do the chores in the house. Hey, if that's what you want, you'll be fine. But if you want something more than this, and you're not being put in a position where you can do better, then you're gonna have some issues with it.
Nothing is so beautiful when you see your wife or your spouse like climbing up, doing things, it's like, damn, I can't catch up with my husband or my wife because she inspires me to learn more about myself and grow, right?
Yeah.
So imagine it with someone who don't feel like they want to grow, then it's really
it's gonna hurt both of you.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt both of you. And so in your relationship with your partner, look to see how you helping your partner grow.
Yeah.
And how your partner is helping you grow. Because you can make the mistake thinking that it's your partner's responsibility to do and do and do. But what are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
So if you see something important, maybe you should take initiative and be the one who starts the trend.
Speaking of, you mentioned that earlier, and in my training on Tuesday, we had this persistent picture on the board, and they show you this lady who was like crawling through the mud, but she was very persistent. She made it through. And on the side of the picture, they show you someone who's is pulling her out, who's giving her a hand to pulling her out. And then the coach was like, think about your life. Who in your life is either pulling you out or who's in your life is the persistent person? Like
she's the persistent one. She doesn't give up.
I don't.
She nags. She's
I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. To me, if I quit something, it's like a failure. Like, no, I'm a fighter. I'm going to keep pushing until I get it done. I don't care if it takes me years. It's going to happen.
And that's the way to be. Because, if you let go or you give up, the moment you run into some pushback or some difficulties, you'll never get anything done.
Yeah.
And if your partner was looking to help your partner, you shouldn't give up.
Right.
Now, if it gets to the point you realize that it's a losing battle, then maybe you should give up.
Then I feel like too sometimes it's okay to talk to your partner about it and say, hey, babe, listen, I know we tried this together. I know you try to push me up, but somehow just not. Then we find other ways around it. Yeah. But to me, I feel like it's such a disappointment when I quit something that I know my husband has helped me so much to accomplish, or vice versa, where like your gut feeling is like, man, you let this person down who was truly trying to help you get through school or get through the business or whatever it is. It is a letdown.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So, when someone's lending you a hand, take the hand.
Take the hand.
If
pull me up.
Pulling you up.
Pull me up.
Put some effort in helping yourself get up as
well. Put some fire into it. Don't let him keep pulling you up.
So what I'm saying is be willing to do some work.
Yes.
Because not everyone is fortunate enough to have someone in their lives who's pushing them. And if you have a partner who's supporting you and pushing you to be the best version of yourself, then
like
take
me,
the help.
Right, babe?
Yeah. My woman's always behind me and telling me
how he should be in real estate.
I should be in real estate.
Not being a real estate agent, but the other side in real estate. Because him and I will be talking about
into real estate investing. Yes,
him and I, we do talk a lot about other side of real estate because we both can't be a realtor here.
No.
Okay, I'm selling home. How about you? Let's talk about you becoming an investor. Let's talk about you in wholesaling. There's a whole lot of talking.
There may be a future there.
Soon. Because he knows he's being heard me talking about it all. Like every time we talk on the phone, babe, this could have been you right here. You know, I just had this talk with this investor and imagine us doing this and this. I'm a visionary person. If I see something, I'm going to talk about it until it comes into reality. And that's just me.
And she's not lying. She's going to keep talking about it.
And then eventually it's going to come to life.
Yes.
Next year. Soon though.
There may be an opportunity there.
There is an opportunity there.
But yeah, and this is it. Because when you see something in your partner, and believe me, you know your partner. You know what they're good at. You know what they suck at. And I suck at certain things, and Cece could tell you that. But when you see something your partner's good at, bring it up. Help them realize it or help her realize it.
I agree. Too many times where we don't see it for our own self, but having someone else who's able to see, wow, baby, you have so much potential in this, you should pursue it. You know what I mean? So I think it's great.
Yeah. And that helps.
Absolutely. So let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. So another thing to keep an eye on is when you're with your partner, do you feel like you're being drained?
Do you feel like
energy? That? No, I have not felt this way. Well, here's the thing. I don't feel drained in that way, but sometimes Cece could talk you out. She'll just keep pouring ideas. You do this, and this. Hey, hold up. Relax a little bit.
Well,
I was thinking. She has this thing that I was thinking. That's how I started. I was thinking. And before you know it, she dumped something on you to do.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm thinking about something, I gotta share it with somebody. And you, my business partner, I'm gonna have to let you know what I was thinking.
And one of my issues is I would be in the middle of something and then I get distracted. Before you know it, I'm into that something and I don't get back to that thing. So when Cece does this, she literally stopped me on my track. I could be on my zone, getting to something.
Okay.
And then she stops me before you know it. I drop what I'm doing. And I met her stop.
I just asked for 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, she would ask me for a specific amount of time, but it's always more.
Listen, if we having a talk and I'm like something just popped in my head, I'm gonna let you know at the moment, babe. I'm thinking about this. I think we should try this.
So to answer your question, I don't feel drained.
Okay.
Somebody could be overwhelmed, but listen, that's what happens when you have ideas are pouring in. Now we're getting in the habit of writing things down, which is something that she's big at. She has to start doing this, and I'm gonna keep reminding her. You have an idea, write it down. But
I need
that
you
will help
to write it down.
Keep the level of these numbers of ideas coming down to a minimum while we deal with them in our meeting. But to answer your question earlier, I don't feel drained because the time that we spend together is we're not constantly arguing. We're not constantly hating each other's guts. So those are the type of journey I'm talking about. When you're with this person, you're never at ease. That's the type of journey. No, I don't feel that. No.
Okay.
If I were, I wouldn't be sitting next to her talking in this podcast. She'll be doing this thing by herself.
Really?
Yes.
It's good to know.
So now I don't feel, but if you feel drained when you're with your partner, that's a problem. Because that's a sign that you guys are not vibing. And when a relationship gets to that point, it's a problem. It's common, to see couple get pulled away from each other when that starts happening.
Yeah, and then before you know it, they start losing connection. Like there's no intimacy, there's no touchy feeling. Like you home, okay, what time are you coming home? All right, I'm gonna stay out until 7:00 because I just don't want to be home right now. Or they start making stops.
Well, yes, because if coming home is not something you look forward to, yes, you'll find reason not to be home.
I think it sucks. That's not good.
Yeah, but and obviously it sucks because you're supposed to be in love with this person. You're supposed to want to be with this person. You're supposed to do things with this person. And when you get to a point where you're avoiding this person, yeah, that's a problem.
Maybe it could be because of the next keeper I'm going to talk about. Maybe because you feel bored with your partner. That could be. If you frequently feel like bored with your partner, I truly feel like that could be the reason why.
To stay away. Or it could be that there's someone who's giving you more interesting attention and you decided you'd rather. Now you start comparing and realize, this person is making me feel better than you are, so I'm going to hang out with them more. But yes, boredom can get in the way of things.
I can get bored pretty easily. I do get bored pretty easily.
She does.
And I'm so glad that you know when I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
I could be home. I'm a homebody at the same time. I don't like being home too much, if that makes sense. Because I have a business that I run at home. Therefore, on the weekend, I like to be either once or twice a month be out. But my husband knows me pretty well that I get bored.
Yeah. Well, when she gets bored, she gets moody.
I get bored not because of him. I get bored because of the things that I want to do.
See, here's the thing. See, she'll get bored and I'm just going around doing my thing. See, I don't get bored. See, if I feel like I'm getting bored, it's all that means is that I'm not doing something. I just have to find something to do and then I'm good to go. And when she's bored and I'm just going around doing my thing, she get pissed because
well, yeah.
She's like, I'm bored. I want to do something. This man is just going about his days and doing his thing.
Not even acknowledge me that I'm bored. But here's the thing is though, they said if bored with your partner, do you ever get bored with me?
No. Sometimes I do wanna say, hey baby, relax a bit.
Sometimes I do feel stressed and overwhelmed, and I think that can be where you just like, all right, babe, I'm just gonna let you be, leave you alone, like turn off the computer, watch something on Netflix or whatever, which is what happened on the weekends more so than
I leave her alone on the weekends. Like the Saturday we spend something. The Sunday, I will feed her. I cook on Sunday.
I just don't like how you say you just feed me. How about you just feed the family on the weekend?
So on Sunday I feed the family because on Sunday
it's your day. My self-care Sunday.
She does
my self-care Sunday.
She does the self-care Sunday, which starts with if we go to church, we go to church. If not, she gets. Even if we go to church or not, she still gets church via YouTube from TD Jake.
I sure do.
So that usually runs until like 1 o'clock. And then after that 1 o'clock, she would just relax and prep for the week, but kind of do her own thing. And I just let her be.
You do. You do let me be on Sundays. I
just let her be.
And I let you be too.
But I'm doing stuff.
Yes, you do stuff. I agree because sometimes your stuff is when you're out in the garage doing the car stuff and either cleaning the garage or you can't stay still. That's the thing with you. You get bored or you fall asleep when you're not doing anything.
If I'm not doing something, I fall asleep.
Even when he's watching a movie, he's like out.
Watching a movie is not doing stuff.
I'm like, who does that?
If it's a very interesting movie that really captured my attention, then I'll stay and watch. But if it's like, I fall asleep. That's how I get bored. I don't get pissed. I just fall asleep.
You fall asleep.
She sits there and look at me and says, "Look at this man."
Like, really? We can't even watch a movie together? Like, what's the deal? But here's something I want to say that before we move to the next key talk is that if you're not learning and growing through the relationships and you feel stagnant and boring once you with this person, I mean, sometimes I feel like the chemistry is going to wear off. Like it's not going to be there anymore.
Because the moment you get bored with being around this person, you can't find things in common to do. Mm-hmm. You'll draw apart slowly from each other. And you'll get to a point where you can't stay in each other's guts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing to keep an eye out, if you're the one always getting things your way.
Right here.
No. No.
Right
no,
here,
no, no,
sir.
no, no, no,
right
no,
here.
No, no, no.
Always get things his way. It's like it's his way or the highway. You know that's true. That's not true.
So so it may seem okay for one partner to always get things that way, but we both know that this may only work in the short term. In the long term, it's gonna cause some issues, and that person's feeling has been suppressed. Eventually, they're gonna blow out, and
They're gonna blow out.
Yeah, and they may say, you know what, forget it.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with this. So putting yourself in a position to compromise and value the other person's opinion and discuss things together, I think it's important because that allows you to be heard and be able to voice yourself and be able to together find the solution that works best for the relationship.
Yes.
And that way, everybody's got their opinion heard.
Yes, I definitely agree. Yeah. I think you gotta voice your opinion. You know, when we need to compromise, but I feel like sometimes fear can hold us back because of your spouse. Your spouse character. May have a temper and they may have a temper. They may be crazy. They may like, you can't tell me nothing because I'm dude out there. You can't tell them nothing.
They may have problems.
They have like a control freak. They have this control issue where I'm in charge and us, the ladies, we may want to approach them in a way, but then because it's not always the guys that are that way. Some ladies have issues too. Okay. Whatever. Or some people may have a fear of losing their partner because they don't know how they're going to react to that, right? Because I truly feel like, you got to voice your opinion. I mean, I don't have no problems voicing my opinion. I get this from my mom. And I am so grateful that I'm able to speak my mind. And I am grateful that I have a partner who understands. Because you need to have someone who understands you too.
Yes. And sometimes her opinions are commands.
Oh, well.
I think you should do this, but more like she should say, you must do that.
I mean, I'm just saying. But yes, it's definitely to voice your opinion.
Yeah. Voice your opinion, have conversation regarding, what makes sense for both partners. And together you'll figure out something.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of it, boo.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to speak up.
So, and this is what's important. When you realize these things are happening in your relationship, you have to be able to get together and listen to each other. Lay it all out in the open. What's going on? How do we do better?
Listen, if you feel like, your partnership isn't inspiring you to be your best self, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, and one of the things that you have to look at, and you have to personally look at yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing in this relationship to help it? Before you start pointing finger at this person's not doing this,
it's his fault,
not doing that. No, look at yourself first.
Yeah,
because I believe the change that we want always starts with us. Let me look at how I'm behaving. Let me look at how am I contributing to this relationship. Where am I pitching in? Yeah. How am I being romantic to my woman or to my man if you're the lady? Look at yourself. Or how am I supporting? How am I encouraging my partner? Last time my partner brought up something that I could have helped with, but I figured, you know what? I'll let you do your thing. I didn't want anything to do with it. You got to look at how your behaviors have been in the relationship and what you can do to change yours. And then now once you've made changes to yours, you got to start pointing fingers. Yes, I've changed. You need to change too.
If I change, you got to change. I'm just saying, yeah. But yes, we so quick at pointing fingers. That's something that is so natural. We do it all the time. We always put the blame on the other person. Like, you're not doing your part. You're not doing this. And oftentimes we are doing our part and they're not doing their part. And we'll be pointing fingers. We'll be like, pointing fingers at you.
And listen, find out the easiest thing to do is to see fault in what someone else is doing. It's in our nature. People would think that we're saints. Because if you were to ask anyone how bad is that person, they can find all the things that are bad with that.
The person. Bad things.
But you ask them, tell me one thing that you can do better. They can't find one. So with that said, it's important to look at ourselves. And after looking at yourself, you got to sit together and figure out how do we, or what are we contributing to this relationship, or what will we need to contribute to this relationship, and how much are we looking to commit to make sure this works. And then if you can have a conversation where you get into some kind of mutual agreement, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, then you'll find in a few months down the road, you'll be in a better place than you are right now. But you have to have that conversation.
I agree. We talked about this a lot on this podcast, where we talk about communication, right? I mean, I feel like the best way for you to improve in your marriage and your relationship is communication, communicate with your partner. Yeah. Things that's not working, as opposed to pointing fingers. Like I said earlier, we good at pointing fingers. I don't care if we young couples or feel like 50 plus being in marriage. It's
easier to say you didn't do that.
You always accuse the other person, but it's always good to, hey, listen, things are not working. How can we improve things? What we need to do. Don't be afraid, because you are in this relationship with this person because you see a future with this guy or with this girl. But now, why am I afraid to approach you and communicate with you about the things that we need to fix in our relationship?
If it needs to get fixed, fix it, but fix it together.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Fix it together. Yes.
Relationship can be difficult sometimes to manage, especially when there's mismatch in personality. One is just a strong and driven person, and the other one is a very laid back, and they want nothing more than what they have. So when you run into things like this, it could be difficult, and sometimes the difficulty can get that relationship to a point where it just can't go and you just can't move forward anymore, because the people's personalities are not vibing, they're not matching. They want different things out of life. And if that's the case, maybe this isn't a relationship that you need to be in. But at the same time, you got to look at the other side of things. If both of you've gotten all that you want to have, and you want nothing more, that's okay as well. Now, in this relationship here, I think we nuts. Well, at least this woman is nuts.
We are. We're vibing.
We want to push and get as much as we can and be the best that we can be.
And we're not going to settle.
And we committed to support each other and push each other in any way we could. Yes, we all have pushed each other to do things that we're not comfortable with. But you know what? We've become better than we were prior.
Yes.
And we made that commitment to continue to do that, because that's the only way we'll get to be our best self. And we want to leave our marks before we leave this planet.
Yeah.
We intend to do that. Right. So some people may think that, hey, these people needs to relax a bit. Right?
I mean, we take some time, but we're very driven into our career or our businesses. So, I mean, sometimes we do hear that a lot, especially from our parents. Like, y'all got to take some time. Why is Will always in the front? Why is Will this? Why are you that? Why is Cece on the computer? It's 11:30. It's 12 o'clock. Well, she has to be in bed. No, we're working.
Now, we do have to...
No, seriously. I do hear all the time from my parents.
We do have to get enough sleep, though. We got to let them go to sleep on time. Now, 1 o'clock is not normal time to go to sleep on. So I'm working on that. But in it, that's just goes to show that relationship can be different. And based on what you want out of this relationship or out of this life, you would be in a different relationship where, hey, listen, where I want this, you want this, we all want this, and we work together to get it. Imagine if Cece was one of those that all she wanted to be is a housewife and do nothing else.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't work for me.
You probably would have to work 2 or 3 jobs.
Yes. Yeah, I probably would have had to do that. But you know what? You would have been
bored.
Yes.
Very, very bored.
Because you would be able to see me. I'll just pass by the house. I just stop by, grab my food, and be gone. But you know what? And again, that's just goes to show every relationship could be different. Based on what you want from this relationship will determine the things you do.
Yeah.
Now, just because one of us do it this way or us as a couple do it that way, that doesn't mean every couple has to do it that way. You got to look to see what works for you. Now, the word of caution here. If you want this, your partner wants that. I can't even show it because it's so low. Then there's
right here.
There's a mismatch there. Now, if you can find ways to kind of level things out, great. But I'll tell you, if one wants a lot and the other one wants nothing, it bound to cause issues.
It's gonna cause issues.
But anyway, so this is our podcast on signs that you can look for to kind of determine if you're not being challenged in your relationship and what you can do about it. I think the number one thing to do about it is to communicate.
Yes.
Sit together, discuss what we want, discuss what we're not getting.
Yeah.
Discuss what each one of you are willing to give and do.
Right.
And together you find a way that keeps everyone happy. And if you can't find a way that keeps everyone happy, you might as well just break away and be happy on your own.
Pretty much.
Right. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you staying with us until the end. Please, if this is your first time with us, remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so we can notify you when we put out these videos. Remember to share, like, subscribe, comments. I don't know if I'm missing one, but I think I've said it all.
The bell
notification. I did say that earlier. I didn't miss it.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Good job.
But thank you, everybody. You've been hanging out with us since the beginning. We appreciate you.
Yes.
And we will see you next Saturday. Peace.